Hey everybody, it's Niall. Welcome back to Niall Smiles. It is June. My fro is back. We are ready to book haul today. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I have a kind of small June book haul, or at least small in comparison to the last like 20 plus book haul thing I did. Let's just not talk about it, but I'll link it like up here if you want to check it out. So anyways, I figured since last month I hauled quite a few books, this month I would kind of stick to a small haul. And also I'll be going to Florida in like 4 days to see my best friend, and guaranteed we're gonna buy books because Florida just has like amazing bookstores. So I was like, okay, June has to be a small book haul month. So before we get into this book haul though, today's video is so kindly sponsored by Skillshare. Oh my god, I love Skillshare. I've worked with them for a few months now. Skillshare is one of the biggest online learning communities for anybody with any interest, whether that be photography, writing, art, graphic design, editing, film editing. Like me, I love film editing. But they're one of the fastest growing online communities, and they have over 17,000 classes. Like anything you could think of, they have a class for. All of their videos are in like HD and are taught by people who are like professionals in their fields. All of these teachers in their writing classes are all professionals, and they really know their craft, and it just makes you feel like you're in a classroom even though you're just like at home. For less than $10 a month, you have access to all these high quality videos professionally done. Skillshare was kind enough to give me a link again to share with you guys. The link will be in the description box as well as the link to their website. But if you click the link below, the first 500 people get 2 months of Skillshare for free. But I highly recommend it for anyone who wants to take classes in any sort of creative field, writing, filmmaking, photography, editing, like all that kind of stuff. They have amazing classes for it. But all right, without further ado, let us get into this book haul. Okay, let's go. Okay, so the first book I received, I may have mentioned in a vlog previously, but I received this from my friend Margot. Margot, she used to be with Epic Reads, if you guys know, but she has her own channel now, which I will link down below if you want to check out. But Margot is absolutely amazing. She was kind of the person I worked with when I was doing videos for Epic Reads, and so she's just been like fantastic. I love her so much. But she now works with a graphic novel publishing company. But she works with a new publishing company now, and that publishing company recently published this book, which looks so cool, or this graphic novel, which just, it looks amazing. And it is called Spectacle by Megan Rose Gedris. And it is book 1 in this graphic novel series, and I'm so excited because I have been, ever since I finished The Spill Zone by Scott Westerfield, this one, okay, this was the last amazing graphic novel. I highly recommend if you like creepy weird stuff and you want a really good graphic novel, highly recommend this one. So the premise of this book sounds so cool, and I'm so excited to read it. But basically it follows our main character, who is an engineer working as a sidekick in a circus, which is just like, it's just so cool, right? So this main character, she's never believed in like anything supernatural or anything like that, even though she works in a circus, and so she kind of knows like, you know, the behind the scenes of how magic is like created and all that kind of stuff. So she's never really believed in supernatural until her sister is murdered and comes back as this very demanding ghost, and so together they have to kind of figure out who murdered her, what happened, and all the details of the murder. And it just sounds like a really interesting, really cool book. And as you can see, our main character has a beautiful curly hair, which your girl's feeling it. The next book I received, I got from Penguin, and it is the second book in the Flame in the Mist series, which I am currently filming a vlog for my Patreon subscribers, so thank you so much to them. I'll include the link down below if you want to check out that vlog. It should hopefully be up on Patreon by the time this video is up. Anyways, so they were kind enough to send me, I thought this was the third book in the series, but apparently this is the second book. There is no third book yet, and it is Smoke in the Mist, or Smoke in the Sun, by Renee Adier. The first book follows our main character, Mariko, and she's the daughter of a samurai, and she's a very skilled alchemist, but of course, you know, in the olden times, women's only job was to marry, and so she's on her way to get married to this palace when her vehicle, or like wagon, is attacked, and she ends up going under disguise as a peasant boy and like infiltrating the Black Clan, which is like what attacked her, and becoming a part of like, it's kind of like a, it reminds me of Mulan a lot, but take place in Japan instead of China. So very cool. But this is the second book in that series, and it's just absolutely gorgeous, and I just love it so much. Anyways, now on to my book outlet haul, and this is empty because I have all the books stacked tier, just because taking them out of that box and just like constantly reaching down is just like not good for my old age back. Anyways, I have just a few books that I got from Book Outlet. I mainly put in an order because of one book series that appeared on the Book Outlet page when I went to go check it out. If you guys didn't know, I'm a vlogger friend with Book Outlet, so there'll be a link down below if you want to check out my page, which you'll find all of these books on. So, but the first book I got sounds so cool. It sounds like Robin Hood mixed with Little Red Riding Hood, and it just sounds awesome. So I picked it up. Scarlet by A.C. Gowan, I think that's how you say his last name, A.C. Gowan. So anyway, so our main character in this book, she lives like two lives, right? So she's Scarlet, like that's who she is, but she's also Will Scarlet, which is like her alter ego in which she's goes dressed as a boy. I just realized there's a theme of like girls having to pretend to be boys because of like the time period and all of that kind of stuff in which they are not allowed to do stuff unless they're a boy. Scarlet has to dress up as a boy, and she pretends to be a boy while in this band of thieves to go and like steal from the rich and give to the poor. And so there's this whole backstory to her about like how she like came into that, and it just sounds super cool. And I believe there's might be some magic in this book as well. I don't know, the synopsis kind of hints at it, but I'm not 100% certain, so don't quote me on it. But anyways, it just sounds like such a cool idea, and I love the idea of like Robin Hood actually being a girl. That just sounds awesome. Like, hell yeah, girl power. Okay, and the next book I got sounds so cool, and you guys will know, like for me, I love books that like take place in the real world but have some sort of like strange magic mixed in. The next book I got is Beasts of Extraordinary Circumstances, a novel by Ruth Emmy Long, and this book sounds so interesting. So it follows our main character, right? So it follows him from his childhood through his adulthood to the point where like he gets married and all that kind of stuff. The character Waylon in this book, for as long as he's known, he's just had a very strange life. He was raised by wolves, which I'm gonna assume like he was left in the woods then to be raised by wolves, something like that. And no matter where he moves to in his life, weird and strange powers kind of manifest themselves around him. He starts developing very strange abilities throughout his life that kind of come and go. So like a tornado will appear wherever he goes, or like just random weird sort of extraordinary circumstances, you know, like weird like bits of magic and things like that. Even his childhood, the fact that he wasn't eaten by the wolves and was raised by them instead. So anyways, it follows his life and his sort of weird experiences with magic, and it just sounds really awesome, and I love any sort of magic book, so I'm excited to check this one out. Okay, so the next book, or I guess the last 3 books that I picked up, and this is the reason why I put it in a Book Outlet haul, was because if you guys don't know, I am a huge Sarah J Maas fan, and so I've watched, like, I've stalked her on the internet, I've watched like all of her writing advice sort of videos and her interviews and things like that, and she constantly says that the series that kind of got her into reading was Sabriel by Garth Nix. And so when I went on Book Outlet and found out they had the whole series on there, your girl picked up all the books, okay? So I got Sabriel by Garth Nix, and it's so much smaller than I thought it was. For some reason I thought it was gonna be like this 600-page novel, but the other ones are a little bit bigger, but the first one's pretty small. But I'm so excited to read this one. Like, this is Sarah J Maas' favorite book. This is like her most highly recommended book. So I'm hoping that I'll read this book and I'll just get this like insane book idea like of my own to write that is at the level of like A Court of Thorns and Roses and like A Throne of Glass. We'll see if it works. That's like my theory, or that's what I'm telling myself. But I'm super excited to read this book. It follows our main character who goes to a school for people with magic, and something happens. I think her father ends up being kidnapped or killed or something like that. Anyway, so she ends up having to travel through this kingdom called the Old Kingdom, where the dead don't stay dead. That's like what it says in the synopsis, and I'm just like, okay, we're gonna have some Walking Dead action in here. That's cool with me. Borson, I think I'm saying that right. And the last book is Lyriel. I'm sorry, I'm awful with pronouncing this stuff. I know I'm always like, people pronounce my name wrong, and I'm over here like pronouncing the titles of this wrong all the time. Anyways, so these are the 3 books. They're absolutely gorgeous. I love like how they just, the colors just contrast with each other. It's just so beautiful. So this is gonna have a nice, beautiful spot on my TBR shelf right there. Hopefully I can read it next month. We'll see. If you guys want a reading vlog where I read all 3 books at once, let me know, because I would love to do like just like a binge read of this series and just like let you know my thoughts. So anyways, those are all the books that I picked up this month. I am so excited. Thank you so much to Book Outlet and to Skillshare again. Don't forget to click the link down below, and until next time, I will see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye!